Joan Crawford's footprints. Oh, my feet are smaller than Joan Crawford's. Let me try. Mine aren't.
Hey, look, my feet are smaller than Gary Cooper's.
No kidding?
Yeah, look.
Mine aren't.
And that is the gang from I Love Lucy, what was and still is perhaps the most famous movie palace in the world. Grauman's Chinese Theatre, now known as the TCL Chinese Theatre, has hosted hundreds of film premieres and film stars who left a unique token of themselves behind. As Marci Gonzalez tells us, today that tradition celebrates an anniversary.
There are more memories of the titans of Tinseltown at the famous Grauman's Chinese Theatre. And every day, rain or shine, thousands of movie fans come here to walk where their idols have walked, to match footprints and fingerprints with the Joan Crawfords, Bing Crosbys, and Marilyn Monroes.
It's a tradition that began by accident exactly 95 years ago today, on April 30th, 1927. Movie exhibitor Sid Grauman's spectacular Chinese-themed theater was yet to open. The cement at the entrance was freshly poured when silent film stars Norma Talmadge, Mary Pickford, and Douglas Fairbanks came by for a tour. Levi Tinker is the TCL Chinese Theater's resident historian.
Sid Grauman was showing them the theater. Norma Talmadge accidentally stepped into the wet cement. Sid Grauman saw this, and as soon as he saw it, right there on the spot, he had the idea. This would be a great way to not only celebrate the movies, but also promote the theater.
So on that same day, Grauman asked all three actors to put their footprints, handprints, and autographs into the wet cement, and the Forecourt of the Stars was born.
The TCL Chinese Theatre was always going to be a huge part of Hollywood, but when that idea, after seeing that footprint took place, it skyrocketed.
Over the years, this small plot of land has become a beloved time capsule, a way for movie fans to connect to all eras of Hollywood history and literally stand in the footsteps of their favorite actors. Stars from the Golden Age like Shirley Temple, Clark Gable, and Bette Davis. Giants from the 50s and 60s, John Wayne, Sidney Poitier, and Marilyn Monroe, and stars of today including Meryl Streep, George Clooney, and Denzel Washington. Each actor and filmmaker honored here, chosen by a committee in a very selective process.
Out of all the tens of thousands of actors and actresses and directors and producers, only 334 have ever placed their hands and feet in the wet cement here. So it's definitely one of the bigger and harder achievements to achieve.
About 5 million of those stars' fans visit this landmark each year. Yet even with all that foot traffic, the imprints have held up, thanks to a top-secret cement mixture.
Those squares are designed to last, and it all comes down to that recipe. And the cement artists themselves are the ones who know what that recipe is.
And with about 70 squares still open, Tinker says there's space for this tradition that's now inspired aspiring stars for 95 years to continue leaving fresh marks in Hollywood history for decades to come. For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Marci Gonzalez in Hollywood.
Love that place. I've been going there since I was a kid because I'm such a Hollywood fan, and film noir is such a big plate on me. But so glad to see that the Harry Potter kids are there. 2019 Kevin Hart, right, was the last to be installed there. Darth Vader, but no James Earl Jones.
You have C-3PO, you have R2-D2 there.
It's so interesting why, who gets in and why. Yeah. And I remember going there the first time and thinking, one day I'll get my Oscar and, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
The DJ.
That's all right.
The Emmy, the Grammy, the Tony.
Yeah, we'll all be EGOTs.
The EGOT.
There it is.
And they still have 70
left
spots.
70 spots are still open. So
we got our
for
shot.
the future.